In this video, I'll take you behind the scenes of our $50 million arbitrage reselling Amazon business to reveal the top 10 tools and apps that have been pivotal to growing our purchasing. Over the past 8 years, we've experimented with hundreds of tools probably, and these are the 10 that have stood out for us and really made a difference, and they're unique. That I think they're even exceptional compared to alternatives. They've smoothed out our process, helped us overcome many challenges, and allowed us to scale. I'll share each tool, its price, and what it does for us. If you're navigating the RAOA landscape and want practical insights from someone who's been in the weeds, basically, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. I'm Jassim Isa, CEO and founder of Videro, an Amazon e-commerce business that has crossed over $100 million in sales, selling million of RA and OA units. It needs the right set of tools. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the main ones, the top 10 ones that have made all the difference. These tools have allowed us to scale our purchasing many-fold, and hopefully they do the same for you. Tool 6 alone actually allowed us to buy 20% inventory the next week. So a big disclaimer before I jump into it: don't force yourself to these tools. This is what's necessary at our scale. At a smaller scale requires less, and at a bigger scale requires more. So just understand what it does, understand what purpose it serves, and see if that's applicable for you. We didn't need all of these day one, but today this is what we use and this is what's necessary. And also what you won't hear in this video is I'm not going to go over the basic ones like boxes, tapes, all that kind of stuff. Just aside for boxes, if you're listening, look for a local box manufacturer because most of the cost in boxing comes from shipping. So find a local, just go to Google Maps, find someone for boxes, and we saved a lot of money actually. I think a couple grand a year just by finding a local box manufacturer and negotiating the right price. But anyways, I'm not going to get into all of that. These are mostly, obviously, these are the ones that are going to help on the purchasing side. I'm also not going to get into the selling side of things like repricers and that kind of stuff. I'll leave that for another video as well. Data visibility. This is the biggest one. This is the most important thing. Obviously, Keep as a choice here. It's a huge deal to Keep is one of the best underrated tools. I think it has so much data available. You can go as deep or as broad as you want to go with it. Obviously, back in the day, some people remember Camel, but Keep has blown it out the water, and it's been absolutely phenomenal to see what the price Amazon's selling it for, where it goes, estimates for what we're going to sell it for. So it just gives us enough data to know if we're making the right purchase or not. Not everything, of course, but a lot. The second tool is inventory adding record. So when you buy something, you want to add it you want to record that data somewhere. Like I said, if you're small, you don't need this, but perhaps you can use Google Sheets, and that's what we used in the past. But we use ScanPower. It's I think around $200 a month for unlimited users. It's a great tool. We add all the inventory in there. That's how we keep records of what we bought it for, how much. It helps with later data tracking and how we did on the item, and also if we wanted to give any shoppers commission. The third one is outbound packaging. So this is specifically for shipping stuff back to Amazon. Also, ScanPower, it has a module or a program within it called BoxT. We like it a lot. It has a lot of the tools, and that's the one we use for that one. The fourth one is inventory reporting and even sending shipments to Amazon. So Inventory Lab is great for this. It's I think $70 a month, and it's great for reporting. It gives you a lot of nice reports, your value of your inventory, some of your sales, and the cost, estimate for profit, although it's not that accurate there, but it gives rough estimates, and we like it fairly well. The next one that's helpful is a scraping tool or a lead list. This is especially for OA people, as it gives you leads or deals that you can possibly buy, bolos as they call them. Tactical arbitrage is a good one in this field. We actually offer our own leads list if you're interested for Amazon specifically, but there's many out there. There's Lego lead list, but this is just especially if you're if you have more cash than time, you can get more deals. This is going to help you find more deals quicker. The sixth one is obviously a vehicle to go to the stores, and this is specifically for retail people, retail arbitrage people. The reason I mentioned this, although this may be basic, but I wanted to mention, and this is the sixth tool that I mentioned helps us to get 20%, is we started buying the Ram ProMaster. And the reason I mentioned this one specifically is because it has a high ceiling, and we fit around 20 to 25% more inventory in that vehicle, whereas in the past, shoppers had to come back and unload inventory and go out to the outlet again. Now they can go and it fits more and they can buy more, and it helps us a lot actually. The seventh one is a phone barcode scanner. Instead of using your camera, this is an easy one for us. We use the Yo-Yo barcode scanner. You can find that on Amazon for $40. It makes you 10 or 20 times faster. You scan UPCs, you get the data quickly. You scan them on Scan Power. You add them through Scan Power. You look at Keeper for the data. So it helps a lot. The next one is scanning in your receipts. Amazon takes documents really seriously. We've tried many different receipt scanners. The one I'm about to mention is expensive. It's $500. It's the Epson ES500W scanner, but the cool thing about it is it scans long receipts and uploads them into Google Drive. It takes a minute to set up, but it's been huge for us, and we use it at all our warehouses. Now, the next ones I'm going to mention, the next two that I'm going to mention, the last two, 9 and 10. If you use a 3PL, they're not necessary, but if you use like a warehouse or prep center, it's not necessary, but we do them in-house. So, and we don't use a prep center for shipping to Amazon yet, these two have been really good tools for us. And the outbound shipping labels, we used to use like a regular printer, but when you switch to Dymo 4 XL, I think they're $120. They are huge. They are very reliable. I think we've had it for a few years. They don't break down. They're a huge investment for us. You don't need to refill it with ink. It's been one of the best investments we've made, and very underrated. And next one is the Finescu labels. For the Finescu labels, the one that starts with X, Amazon's basically SKU. We also used a lot of different ones. We used Dymo's. It was very poor, breaks down often. The one we liked was the Zebra ZP450 CT. It's a huge, it's very reliable. We've had some for 3 or 4, even 5 years. They don't need ink. They use laser also printing. So that's a big one for that. So those are the main 10 tools that we used. I tried to give the ones that are unique. They should speed things up a lot. So if you found value in these top tools we use for arbitrage business, you should actually look into the top 10 main things for retail arbitrage business. I made a top 10 like lessons learned or for retail arbitrage, and I think that video will be really helpful. If you have any additional tools I may have missed, or you had any troubles with the ones I mentioned, mention them down in the comments. I'll get back to everyone there, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or help where I can. Thank you very much, and have a good day.